Well, this is John Black, Super Chemist, and we're doing a playlist. If you want to see all the videos in the playlist, it's, what's it called? All I Know About All I Know About Wives, Marriage, Family, Psychology. That's the name of the playlist if you want to watch them all in order. I think we're on like 14 or 13 or something. I don't know. Part 13 or 14. In the last video, I was talking about how a woman who, and we picked just arbitrarily the chemist as the boss babe's, goal. She knows she's a chemist by heart, in her heart, and she just has to be that. It might be a biologist for your woman or something, or, a teacher for another one. Let's just pick chemist for this one, okay? Because I am a chemist by heart, and I do it for free, okay? I've did it for free all my life, okay? I have a lab. Everyone knows John Black Super Chemist is my name, right? Because that's the name of my other channel, where I do chemistry experiments. Ask your boss babe, right, if you're going to get married, if you're a chemist in your heart, would you do it for free even if you didn't get paid? If the answer is no, I wouldn't, then she's a liar. Because that's literally the definition of if you're in your heart, you're an artist. You're still, even if you don't make it as an artist, you're still going to paint. You know what I mean? If you're in your heart, if you're a chemist, you're going to do some chemistry, or you think you're a scientist, in your heart. You're going to do it, just like I did, okay? And the second thing is ask her, well, let's say you're a chemist by heart, so you just have to do chemistry. Then why would you want to go get a job for someone else where they take a small sliver, a tiny, 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 tiny sliver of what a chemist actually has to know and, learn or whatever, and you just repeatedly do this, repeatedly, just over and over and over and over and over. You just did a small set of experiments to, test certain products that the company is making or whatever, you know what I mean? And I'm sure there are jobs, and there's obviously jobs where you're not doing a monotonous type thing, but most people get into a regular job where they're just repeating the same experiments over and over again. They actually, I've talked to many of these chemists and other people in other fields. They don't know crap about their field. Like what they learned in college, they don't know any of it anymore. You talk to a 40, 50-year-old man who's been a chemist or a physicist all his life, and he's got a job where he just does a repetitive thing, he forgets all that stuff. He doesn't want to learn it because he doesn't have to. His job doesn't need him to learn that. You know what I mean? So my question to the boss babe is are you really a chemist by doing that, getting a job where you just selectively have a small fraction of the chemistry and you just do it over and over and over again, the same thing for 40 years? Or would it be better if you're really a chemist by heart to get married young, have kids, right? Because you're going to do that anyway. You're going to have kids and whatever, right? And stay at home, right? And just, like you could see, I've done billions of experiments in my house. All you need is a couple $100 for some glass, and you can do experiments, you know what I mean? And then you can do not just repetitive crap. You can actually learn about chemistry. If it's really what you want in your heart, wouldn't you want to learn all of it? Not just a small sliver of it so you can do it repetitively all day long? All day. That doesn't make any sense. If you're a chemist by heart, you want to learn all chemistry. You want to do all the experiments. So now, as a wife, you can. Just when he's at work, instead of sitting on your ass working, watching soap operas, maybe get up, after your hour of cleaning, you're done in like an hour or 2 hours, you're done with all your work. You're just waiting for your husband and kids to come home so you can have some more work. Maybe go out into the garage or the shed and wherever your lab is at and do some experiments. And then guess what? You can show your experiment. Then your kids can come in, right, when they're old enough. And they'll be watching you do the experiments. Then they can join in. You can tell them about the experiments. And then you're see how it's actually helping your family? It's helping your kids. But not only that, you, the boss babe, that you say you're a chemist, now you can learn it. You have the privilege. See, that's the thing that kills me as a housewife. You literally have privilege just shoved up your ass. and you act like you're oppressed. You can do anything as, if you're a biologist by heart, well, be a biologist. Buy a bunch of biology books and, do some biology experiments at your home. And then not only are you more fulfilled, because there's no way even a man isn't fulfilled by going to work, being a chemist, doing the same damn experiments over and over and over and over again. That is not fulfilling even for a man, okay? And if you had the privilege to just do it at home at your leisure and do it, for fun and do a bunch of experiments instead of just a small sliver of the actual experiments that you can do, there's no sense in what a boss babe talks about, man. So if she was really a chemist in her heart, she would want to do it at home. That way she has her kids. She doesn't wait until she's 30, after her career is taken off, right? She doesn't wait till she's 30 when her eggs are all dried up and she's used by 20,000 chads that she slept with. It makes more sense to get your man, right? Find a good leader, all right? And then you you have the privilege to do that thing without having it being, you have that privilege of being a chemist or whatever your thing is without having to be a monotonous, demanding, never-ending, and always, you can't get out of it, you know what I mean, if it's your job. One day you might not feel like doing experiments. If you're a housewife, yeah, guess what? You wake up and don't feel like it, you don't have to do it. And my whole thing is if she says, well, I don't want to do that, well, she isn't really a chemist. It's all about money for her. It has nothing to do with chemistry. Because anyone who says that they want a job in chemistry because they just love chemistry, even though they know the job is just going to be repeating the same 4 or 5 experiments over and over and over again, is full of bull, okay? And if your woman is so stupid, that's the thing. A man doesn't care. A woman wants a man to be intelligent. A man, if you don't know this because you're an idiot, wants the woman to be not smart, okay? But there is a limit, okay? Everyone, both sides, men and women, both want at least some sense of, capability, man. You can't. That doesn't mean that they want you to be a total moron where you don't know how to dress yourself in the morning, okay? It just means that a man only needs a woman to have so much capability, so much intelligence. Then anything after that is no one cares, okay? They just, if you can keep a house clean and keep your kids, clean and fed, and teach them a little bit. That's all the capability. That's the only intelligence you need. Any intelligence past that, it doesn't need it. And it's not that the man wants a stupid girl. She dictates it. Again, remember, it's always the woman forcing the man to do stuff, okay? Because she will not allow the man to be, she won't go out and get someone who's inferior to her. She won't get a man who's dumber than her. She won't get someone who makes less than her. The man always has to be superior to her, okay? So she forces the man to be smarter, you know what I mean? And that's why the man doesn't care about her capabilities, because she doesn't use any of those capabilities to help him. Like, why does a woman care that he can provide, that he can protect? Because he can protect. He has the ability to do that. And he does protect. He does provide. But a woman, when she has the money to provide, does she use it to provide? No. Her money is her money, and your money, the man's money, is everybody's money. Let's see how much time we got left here. Okay, I got 5 minutes left. So I did want to, I'm sure you're going to find a lot of videos, how to and this and that, a life coach this and whatever that. And they're going to tell you about how you should be a good leader, how you should be a good leader. And that's all you need. That's like the main 99% of the battle is just being, or solution is just being a good leader. But they never tell you how. What does that mean, be a good leader? What does that mean? They don't tell you. I'm going to tell you a bunch of examples, a bunch of this thing. I'm starting to think this is going to be a 100 videos in this series because there's just so much to bring up and tell you about a man, a woman in a relationship and how to raise your kids and how to raise a family and what it's supposed to all be about. Because I didn't know when I was growing up. I had crappy parents, right? So no one told me crap. You know, my ideal as a family was you get kicked out at 18 or 22 after college, and you gotta find a woman, fall in love, and if you have hobbies and interests that are similar, that you should get married. That is all a lie. That you should treat a woman like a queen. Yeah, that just made my life miserable because I didn't know. But I would have a wife that lasted for the rest of my life if I knew all this information I'm putting in this one playlist series of videos. But anyways, so here's an example of being fair. First of all, I think it's called The Wall or something on YouTube, and there's a fat chick and she's complaining, my husband, I got pregnant and now I got the baby. The baby's only like a couple months old and he's already telling me how fat I am and how I better lose the weight and I, blah, 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 blah. You're a big fatty. And the way she's saying it, he's, she'll go in to take a shower and he'll, snatch open the curtain things. You fat pig! Why don't you lose weight, you fat pig, you piece of garbage? She's giving that. First of all, women, I've learned never to trust a woman. She's probably lying. He's probably sitting her down saying, it's been a while, you need to start working on your weight. And she's taking it and, making it into something else. But let's just take her word for everything, okay? Let's just take her word for everything, even though she's probably lying through her teeth, okay? Let's say that this was happening, okay? First of all, she starts out the story talking about how, he goes to work all day and she is the mother at home, right? They got a baby, She don't work, right? And she's talking about how he goes to work and then he comes home and then, obviously she wants to, help her around the house. And, but she does a really good job as a wife and blah, 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 blah. Like one day she goes, I washed the clothes. I took them up into the bedroom and folded them and then set them on the bed there where I folded them at. And I left them there for my husband to come home and put his clothes away, put them into the drawers and put them in the closet or wherever they go, right? And she goes, I went in to get a shower because I heard him coming home and I was getting in the shower, wanted to get in and get out. And he come in, he swung the shower curtain over, started calling me a big fatty and that I should, it's been long enough and I need to stop being fat. Okay. Now, everyone in this comments thing is blaming the woman. She's a horrible person. No. First of all, yes, she's a horrible person. But it's not her fault. See, this needs to stop her. It's like AA. If you don't admit there's a problem, you can't have a solution to the problem because there's no problem that exists, right? The problem is the man. The man is totally wrong in this whole scenario and this whole story that I just brought up, right? And why is it his fault? He's the leader. She's a follower. You can't blame the follower because the leader makes mistakes, right? You can't blame the followers for being bad followers when the leader is a bad leader, right? This is one of those things where I'm talking about. A woman does not want a nice leader. They want a fair leader. A fair leader. That's all you got to do is be fair. When you're doing something great for a woman, just say, oh, did she earn it? Is this fair or am I just doing that just because I'm a nice guy and I'm a giver? If it's because you're a nice guy and you're a giver, don't do it. If it's because she earned it and it's fair, then yes, do it. Because that's a good leader, right? Now, what was this guy's first mistake? Okay, she wants him to work 40 hours, 50 hours a week. Okay, I'll tell you I'll start out for this what he did wrong in the next video. Okay. But remember, Pastafarian God's the only true God.